Unified leadership. Let's move. Let's lead. Let's ride. Unified leadership. Light the flame, turn it up loud. Remember the name. Unified leadership. Power and pride. We don't just talk, we testify. Unified leadership. Hard and grind, purpose and rhythm, perfectly timed. Bass hit heavy, croppers and rhythm, purpose and rhythm, perfectly timed. Bass hit heavy, crowd on sway. Culture clay, truth and play. Sifu, Rafael, calm control, leaders in sync. Hearts of gold, focus sharp, the mission clear. Every step forward, silence the fear. Discipline dripping, confidence, how we move together, we amplify. Who we are, unified. What we lead, unified. Stand tall, unified. Every time, unified leadership. Raise that bar, leaders in rhythm, born to spar. Raise that bar, leaders in rhythm, born to spar. Steady and true, the sound of the few that follow new. Strong alive, this is the beat where leaders thrive. Unified leadership.
Woo!
Yes,
Man,
sir.
that fires me up every
That's
time.
it. Every time. Oh man. That's what you call a banger right there. That's a certified banger, Sifu.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Every
gotta tell you,
time.
I'm excited for what we're doing, brother.
Yeah,
I
me
want to
too,
share with
man.
you. Take a look, everybody. And
Yeah,
we're going to throw this a couple of times, but this is what's happening, right?
yeah, man.
We have 3 spots left. How many? 3
Three.
spots. 3 spots. So what winds up happening is we're not just going to take anybody. These are people who understand leadership. Because
Yeah, man.
leadership, that's the most important thing that you and we understand fully, right?
Yes.
It's I wake up and I'm a leader. You wake up
Yeah.
and you're a leader. Um,
Yes.
and that's what the topic is today is walking the talk, right? Leadership beyond the words, because we can say things, but it's
Hmm.
the actions that matter. It's what you do day in, day out, right?
It's man. Everybody knows the phrase, Sifu. Um, I can't think of any situation that I've experienced that didn't come with some form of fashion of walking the talk. I immediately think about one of my favorite artists. I won't say his name. I'll just say the movie. I'll say his record, but it's Walk the Line. Walk the line. If somebody out there knows what I'm talking about or the artist that I'm talking about,
Mm.
walk the line. Please put it in the chat. Uh, I'll even send you a book, man. If you put it in the chat, once again, walk the line. I'll send you a book, man, on me. But walking the talk, Sifu, it's not an easy thing. We both know. Um, but I think over time, with the experience, with the discipline, with the intestinal fortitude, as we call it,
Mhm.
you can start shaping what it really looks like when we're talking about walking the line and walking the talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Walking tall also, remember that with the bat?
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites, seafood.
Yeah.
Um, I wasn't too keen on the new one that came out because the
I
first
didn't
one,
see.
yeah, the original was so great. It's hard to duplicate that,
Mhm.
and I know Dwayne the Rock Johnson, he put his best effort, but it didn't
I
pack
didn't
that
see it.
punch like the original. Yeah, the original with the big stick, man. It's so amazing you say it because when I looked at the topic, a little while ago, just to refresh, I always try to go back and look at what it is that we'll be discussing and think about those branches that come off the tree in terms of leadership. And when I looked at it, I started thinking about like staffs, different type of staffs. Uh, you just hit it with the walking tall seafood with the big stick and the Nanny McPhee stick,
Mhm.
and with the magic and Harry Potter,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of power in that. You know, uh, what is sticks used for, man? The sticks are used to assist and aid us. some people use sticks to fight. I'm looking at a guy right now that knows how to take, the stick and do your
I
thing. But
fighting almost every day.
yes, yes. Shout out to Amy, man. And you're right, Amy. It is such a great topic. Walking the
But
talk. It
guess what?
really is.
Amy's going to be with us as well, right, at the
That's it.
summit. Amy,
Yes,
we're
man.
excited for you. But listen, this is not complete, right? Because we still need 3 spots, and we have some names that we were throwing out before
Yes.
between us. That we want this to be a high level, high energy, productive day that people take. But if you're a taker and not a doer, you're going to miss out.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah.
have to do. So it's okay to take, but what do you do with the stuff you take,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
You ever go shopping at the supermarket and you put everything in your cart? And what if you just roll it, you pay for it, you bring it home and you just put it on the side?
Yes.
Your groceries are not doing anything. You actually have to
That's
take
right.
action. You have to maybe make the food, maybe put it in the fridge, put it in the cupboards. You have to take action on the things that you take. So don't just come and be a taker. Also, we want givers, people who give,
Right.
right? And I know
Yes.
every single one of our speakers is a giver. And that's the
Yes.
only reason they've been allowed to be with us that day. Because you know me, man, if you're just in it for yourself, have a great day.
Yeah, bro. I agree with Amy once again. She said in the comment section, you just put it up. It already is and will be. It really already is and will be. Just when you look across, the faces of the flyer,
Let's
just
put
up
that
to
up.
this point, yeah, from Renee to Steve Miller and the gentleman with the nice derby hat on, man.
Yeah, Kevin,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kevin, man.
We had him on the show earlier. This is his book, right? He talked about
Yes,
persistence, right?
yes, yeah.
This
Shout
is
out
the
to
book,
Kevin,
right?
man.
Yeah.
And each individual face, man, that I'm looking at on the screen. Again, they bring so much value to this table, and
Mm,
and that's essentially for anyone listening, uh, the viewers out there. We don't want just the normal, man. We literally want to do what Sifu just said and will do what Sifu just said. We will implement. We will continue to take action because that's movement, that's energy, that's motion. That's the
mm,
wave. And without the information can get stagnant, as we both know.
yeah.
Um, the best of the best, man, that I look at just had a flow and a movement that's just amazing. There was I remember seeing the first African American figure skater, Debbie Thomas, way back in the
Mhm,
days. Beautiful girl. And, I just remember my mother, you know, uh, so happy, that she had, made it to the Olympics and all that good stuff. And my mother said, um it's the elegance that she has. She just has this beautiful swan type elegance about how
mm,
she moves out on the ice. And it's the same vibe here when we talk about leadership, man. We feel it. I see the waves in the comment section. uh Again, I mean, we got a few viewers, and I said earlier, walk the line.
mm,
If you could put it in the chat, who had an album, walk the line, who had a movie, walk the line. If you could put that artist name in the chat, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm gonna send you a great copy of a book that I know is it's real. So, and we were talking about walking the line. We were talking about how when we start thinking as leaders, about this topic, walking the talk, leadership beyond the words. Uh, the words go without saying. We say it all the time, Seafood. So it's just very exciting, man. I'm so amped and geeked up Sifu Raphael, about
Mhm.
us coming together, bro, to push leadership further, far and beyond, man. Because I don't have all the answers, Sifu. I
Oh, come
really
on.
don't. I don't have them all. And I love it. It's literally, man, like when you go to a theme park, King's Dominion, the big one, Six Flags. They all you could be walking down and hearing the music and the kids running around, and
Yeah,
next thing
Johnny
you,
Cash.
Johnny Cash, that's it. Hey,
So
Amy,
Louis,
yes,
you're
Johnny
gonna get a book,
Cash.
man. You gotta reach out to Coach Theo Clay. Coach Theo Clay, do you want to tell us what book? Am I guessing right? Is this the book that he's gonna be getting?
That is the book,
Love it,
100%,
love it.
man,
Great book, man.
100%. I just need to get your address, Amy, and I'll be dropping you
Okay,
the mail.
Louis,
I'll
Louis,
shoot it
Louis
out
is the one.
today.
Put it up.
Um, and
Louis
that's
Alessio.
I love Johnny Cash, bro. Like Johnny
Yeah.
Cash to me, he had the rebel vibe about himself, but his music had just so much, feeling, and it was real. You could listen to Johnny Cash's music and know, like, man, this is real right here. Like
Mhm.
whether you're a mechanic out in the garage working on the car, whether you're traveling, man, his music, man, will live on forever. And that's what I think about, man. Walk that line, man. Like walking the line and walking the talk, man. It's you have to walk it
You
because
have to walk.
everybody's talking right now, Sifu. You know it. Everybody's talking. Everybody's talking, but it means something when you could hear the talk and you as the consumer or the viewer or the listener can look and say, man, and I know they're walking the walk. I know Seafood without you even saying it today on the stream. I know you got up crazy early. You probably been up Seafood since 3:34, and you've already done more up till right now, 8:43 than most and a lot of people will do all day. And
Mm.
that's not to knock them. It's just you value the time. You speaking of time, shout out to Rob Lytle, man. Time. That's what he lives by every day. Time.
I'm gonna
Teach.
collect on that, Robert.
Yes. Teach, influence, mentor, equip. Time. Teach, influence, mentor, equip. I see him do it every single day. He's literally walking it. He sent me a picture 2 days ago, several pictures. And one of the pictures, man, it brought tears to my eyes. I literally cried. If my wife was here, she would stamp off on it. She would confirm it because she asked me, "Why are you crying?" And I said, "Hey, like to see these things come into fruition, it's an emotional moment." And why was I crying? Because one of the photos, man, it's a bunch of students sitting in the classroom and they're all reading here to there the book. Every one of
Mm,
them have the
wow,
book and they're
wow.
reading it like a case study. And I was just sitting back like, man, holy smokes. Like, but that stems from, the teaching, the influencing, the mentoring, and the equipping the young people with just simple things that can help them see through. So
Mm,
yeah, man. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. It's and Robert is correct. It is a great book. So um, think about the opportunity that was presented to you, and you won. So if you here's the thing, right? And I talked about action, taking action. So Louis,
Louis.
if you don't reach out to Coach Tio, you have to take the action to reach out, and then he'll take the action to send you the book. But here's the
Yes.
thing: you can't just throw it up here and say, "I want the book."
Right.
And if you
Louis
don't want
Louis
the
has
book,
it already. Louis has here to there.
okay,
Louis
so maybe he
is
can donate it. He can donate it
absolutely,
to somebody, right?
absolutely.
Because it's passing it forward, and that's talking the talk, right? Walking the
Yes.
talk, talking the talk. It all comes together to your actions, right? What are you
Yes.
doing in your life that someone else is going to benefit from it?
Yes.
Because listen, walking the talk is not always about being the loudest person, but it's about the person who's taking action.
Yeah, bro.
And you don't have to take action loudly. You could be quietly helping somebody. You can be donating to somebody's cause without them even knowing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, I've always looked at helping people. That's my life's mission. A couple of years back, when I my other location, we I think we did 29 full Thanksgiving meals. We had turkeys that were anywhere from 18 to 22 pounds. We had pies. We had everything. We these huge bags, heavy duty bags that they can use for after they were done. They can use them for laundry baskets.
Wow.
So we were not just giving out a bag; we were giving something useful. And so we found out families who were local to where we were, and a couple of days before Thanksgiving, because it would be terrible to give it to them in Thanksgiving. So, like a couple of days before Thanksgiving, we knocked on their door. I literally have pictures where we had taken my place and we had rows upon rows. We had assembly, people came in to volunteer, and we knocked on their door and we
Mm.
said, and they were like, "How can I help you?" I said, "Well, here we are. And we have this for you. Happy Thanksgiving." And there was three families that I personally went and delivered food to that I could not go back to their house empty-handed. So I said, I will be back
Yeah.
after I gave them that. And I went to Walmart. And what I did in Walmart is I got three $300 gift cards
Yeah.
so they can buy food, anything that they needed, clothing, whatever, $300 each. And I went back the week before Christmas. So it was not that far off, right? And I knocked on the door and I gave them the cards.
Mm. Wow,
Now,
bro.
one of the families that I went back to, they had no heat.
Mm. Yeah.
And because they couldn't afford it. And the woman answers the door, gloves, hat, coat. And I'm like, wow. And I said, oh, what's going on? She goes, oh, we have no heat. And then I look at her children and they're dressed the same way in their own house. And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I donated another $1,000 to them.
Yeah, man.
And I said, this is what and she's like, no, no, no. I'm like, here, I can't. I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Right. But it wasn't about, hey, look at me, everybody. I'm only telling you this now because this is many years ago. This is not recent. This is not last year.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I did it on the spur of the moment, not to say, hey, look at me. I'm only saying it to you now and to anybody else because guess what's going to come around the corner? Thanksgiving is going to come around. Christmas is going to come around. If there's somebody in your neighborhood, somebody that needs a hand, don't wait, don't hesitate. And listen,
Yeah.
even if you don't have a lot, let's remember in the Bible, right, where the woman gave her last two pennies, if you will, her last
Yeah.
two coins.
Yeah.
And everybody else were like, oh, I don't, I have all this, but I'm only going to give you this little bit.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, she gave everything she had without concern for herself
Yeah, bro. That's what it's about,
because
man.
that's truly giving. That's truly giving. So a lot of times we give with expectations of something in return.
Right. Right.
I got to tell you that the speakers that we're going to be having, you know what they
Yeah.
want in return? I already know because they're such amazing human beings.
Yes.
This is what they want in return for their gift to you. They want you to take action.
Yeah,
And the
that's
action that you take is gonna make you money. It's gonna elevate you.
yeah, bro.
And the event that we're doing it is not for somebody who's been in it forever. It could be somebody who's even considering going into a leadership position. Maybe somebody who's already in it. Maybe they just got in it a year or so. Maybe they're in the trenches there 5 years in, and they sometimes don't realize that what they're doing is so important.
Right,
And so
right.
it's good to come back and remember the importance of who we are, where we are, what we're doing.
Yeah, bro.
So it's so powerful. That's the only reason I shared what I did, right? And I wasn't doing it to boast because I'm not that guy. I was doing it to help anybody who has ever considered helping somebody but didn't.
Yeah, bro. That's I mean, Sifu, you started by talking about giving. When we look at the topic of today, Friday, man, 15 May 2026, it is about giving, giving to ourselves,
Mhm.
taking care of ourselves, taking care of our mental health, loving ourselves, man, just doing little things that make you feel good, make you feel better, make you feel internally appreciated with yourself type thing. So starts there. And the more you feed that on that positive vibe, the more you can pour out. And the faces on that fire, I said it a little bit ago, man, like they are coming to pour, bro. They're coming to give. And a lot of times, I would say the hurtful part is to give and it's not appreciated or the recipient doesn't really appreciate it. And we see examples of that quite often, because people are people. I get it. But for coaches, gentlemen like ourselves, instructors, mentors, teachers, leaders, uh, Angeline, Amy, Steve, so many of us out here, Emilio Romano, Dr. Reed, Jose Escobar, Lancelot, Rob Lytle, so many of us, man, that we understand the principle and the purpose of giving, and what the biggest present for us, like looking under the tree on Christmas, is implementation, man. Taking action. If it's just one thing, bro,
Mm.
small steps, great distances. That's what it really is about, man. Small steps, great distances, man. Um, I could be honest and tell you, Seafood, last night I pulled out my old straight razor. So the shave that you see I have this morning, Seafood, I used my old straight razor, bro. I used my strop, strop, got the knife. Oh, I'm sorry, the razor real nice and pristine, hot water in the sink, open up the pores with the hot rag, Seafood, and man, that first, pulling the skin down, that first stroke, just Seafood, it melted like butter coming off. But it's such a going back to what I was saying in terms of appreciating ourselves, taking care of ourselves, pouring into ourselves, man. Uh, I have the electric ones, I have the regular Mach 3s, but it's something special about that old school feel of that straight razor. And you have to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah,
I
sure.
don't, thank God I don't have any nicks and cuts and scratches like I
You
did the first time.
use pieces of toilet paper.
Yes, yes. My wife came in and she's talking and I'm quiet. She keeps, are you listening to me? And I'm like, do you understand that I can cut my throat right now, bleed out in here, you'll be calling 911. I can't talk when I have this straight razor to my neck. But it's, I'm telling you, Seafood, the first time I did it, I had nicks and cuts and scrapes all over my face, bro. I was so excited because I got it as a gift. My children got it for me for a birthday gift years ago. And just over time, man, the proficiency, all the way up to last night. It's just normal. Hit the mustache,
Mm,
trim. It's developing, and that's what we're going to do in that virtual space. And the individuals that's already rogered up to come, like you said, we're looking for a few more leaders, but those individuals, they already know, man. It's implementing. It's saying, hey,
mm,
do I have to do this right now? Maybe not. Could I do some other things or put money towards other things? Yes, but there's something special about the energy of the individuals coming together. With the one word land on the table, leadership. Where do we go from here? How
mm,
do we implement? How do we support one another? How do we really truly, that word that we love to sling around, network? I see the examples of it every day with you, Sifu. You send me things, man, and you blow my mind, brother. You would text me something, I'll be like, man, I could be out watering flowers in the backyard, and I'm like, ding. I look at it, and I'm like, man, Sifu is a constant forward thinker, and I love that about you, brother. I love it about you because you think forward, you implement, man, and you share it, and you always ask me, hey, take a look at this and just give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Is it something that you could add to make it better? So that's really walking the talk, bro. As a leader, and I appreciate you, bro. I do.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Listen, believe it or not, when you the title of today's topic, right?
Yeah.
The second part of that is leadership beyond the words. That's going to be the title of our book,
Yes.
right? If you guys didn't know it, Coach Tio and I are writing a leadership book, and I think
Yeah, bro.
that wouldn't that be an incredible title to our book?
Yes, bro. That's it.
I already wrote. Listen, I by the way, I take notes. I take lots of notes as we
Right.
talk, right? And I already wrote it down, right? Book title: Leadership Beyond the Words, because I know that that's what I came up with our topic today. But I'm like, and when I heard you speaking and you said it out loud, I was like, holy moly, that right there. And anybody who's listening now, tell us if you agree that that would be a great title. And if
Yeah,
you think
bro.
it's terrible, then tell us that too,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Because
it.
opinions matter. Listen, I know what I like, and I will always buy what I like. But if I want to sell it to you, I need to make sure you like it too,
Right,
right? So
right.
that's an important thing to help the world. Sometimes we don't always want to give it what we want. We need to give the world what it needs.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's fundamental because I always use the analogy of when you walk in the mall and you see the little guy standing out there with the paper plate, and whether he's got chicken, steak, beef, whatever, the little, toothpicks. You walk up and you take one and you're like, man, that's good. Then you automatically look at, the whole totality of the restaurant that's there, and whether you want to, carry on and get the full shebang. I look at it the same in terms of not being afraid to reach out and say, hey, what is it that you need? Because
Mm,
that, to me, the business exchange is just that, man. Like I needed what Angeline, shout out to Angeline, I needed what her and her sister was talking about yesterday. I stopped by on her live. I was on online. I saw Angeline. I stopped by, just listening to things they were, building about, speaking about, talking about. Um, I needed it in that moment, and I, and
mm,
I and trust me, it was one of those that was like, man, wow. And her guest, she gave her Instagram feed. I went and looked at her Instagram and realize that she's in alignment with Angeline in terms of she's a survivor. She's experienced things, man, that some would sit back and cringe. It's just like, oh wow. However, now she's putting it back out, and she said, how can we help you? Somebody out there, you're experiencing what I've lived, and that's why I'm here today. That's why Angeline's here. So same thing, leadership wise, bro. From Louis Alicio to Robbie Lytle, Amy, all of us are real leaders. And there's someone watching right now that's quiet. They're not going to put anything in the comments, Sifu. They're not going to click the little heart or the little thumbs button. They're just quiet and they're just watching. They're listening. They're gauging us. Man, these guys. I see this guy with this fresh shirt on with the collar. This other guy with the little cap on and the little light up stuff back behind him. What are these
Mm.
gentlemen really about? Well, I'm here to tell you. We are about lessons learned, experiences that we've experienced, the failure, the ups, the downs, the turmoil, the hard days. And Sifu and I said unified leadership, bro. We're going to unify this. We're going to take this one piece of the puzzle with this other piece of the puzzle, and we're going to place it together. And once we place it together with God first, bro, the sky really is the limit. So, Sifu, I'm telling you, bro, like I just love, man, everybody that supports. I love supporting them. I love supporting in ways that I try to teach my sons. Like, hey, man, it's about giving, bro. You can't beat God's giving, and if you're giving, you can't beat it, bro. Like just being a taker, you'll never
Mhm.
win. So, man, it's these topics, man, they get better by the week. They get better by the week, Sifu.
I got to tell you, think about like your life, my life. Anybody who is somebody who's helping someone, their life is not a flat line. It's not a straight line. It's like a
Right.
heartbeat, right? You see the monitor, it's tick, it's doing
Yeah.
this, right? And that's because we understand that to stay like this, it's boring, man. It's boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a leader, you're going to get your highs, you're going to get your lows, but you're going to keep moving. Sometimes
Right.
it's a little bit, and then it's going to move, right? And so think about the life of a leader. It looks like the life of a heart,
It does. It does,
right?
bro.
So
It
it's
does.
pretty intense when we think about our life and the ups and downs, the valleys and the turnarounds and all the different people we meet along the way. God puts people in our path for
Yes.
so many reasons. We sometimes don't even see it.
Yeah, bro.
My best coaches have been the ones that hurt me the most,
Yeah. It's
right?
powerful. Wow.
Because they've taught me either how to do it better, how to not be like them, how to be better than them, and how to treat people with the utmost respect and love.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Angeline said it yesterday too. She talked about um investing in a mentor, a leader that she's truly saw the return. Like she said it yesterday. She was like, I invested. She gave the dollar figure of what she invested, and she said, and I saw the difference. Like that was the little bitty needle that moved me forward, bro. And we understand it, bro. Everybody watching this, listening to this, understands it that you cannot grow. Like right now, my wife opened the curtains this morning in our kitchenette area. She looked out the back window. She said, "Oh my God." I'm like, "What's wrong, babe?" She's like, "My flowers." So we got one of those monkey carts, and she went and got a bunch of flowers and put them in the monkey cart. Bro, she hasn't watered them the
Oh,
last couple of days. So they've all
wow.
wilted, seafood. They've all wilted. And she's like, "Oh my God, I gotta water these things." So I put some water on them. And man, before I came down here to get on our stream, bro, you already see them starting to move, bro. Slowly, I'm sure by the time I get back upstairs, Seafood, man, that's a good one. Um, they're gonna be back to life, man. And, water, man. You know, water is real growth. It makes up majority of our body. And to be quite frank, man, it's every opportunity that we get, collectively, one to support each other, community wise, man. Um, as leaders, I feel like, man, that's so important. And I feel like every time I've heard you say when you would sit down with your seafood master and he would have you doing things that you didn't even you truly was like, man, this guy is a maniac, man. Like, why does he always think about the wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off? The same with Louis Alicia, that's in the comments, that's listening to us right now. Louis would have me doing things that, I'll be honest with you, I'd be like, man, why does he want me to do that? Why does he want me to do this? But man, once it clicked and I realized that, man, one, he had my best interest
Mhm.
because we worked in a very, very high stressful environment, probably one of the highest in the world. And I say that wholeheartedly. He had my back, man. And when it clicked, and I came to that realization and that self-actualization that you don't do this as a leader unless you really care and you're looking out for the best interest. That's something he did. Secondly, um, he was just genuine. He was just himself. And I saw his
Mhm.
passion every day. I saw how much he cared, the reverence, the individuals in which we were leading, in terms of how they showed it via him. So to see Louis Alicio walking the talk right now,
Mhm.
like he get his book, you all put, if you're still rocking with us, Louis, man, drop it in the chat,
Yeah.
bro. His book is life changing as well. And I believe that, man, some of us, we get to these points in life, man, to where, man, we're afraid to just be free, like really free, Seafood, like really free. And
Mhm.
I'm talking shout out to Emilio, man, being
Yeah.
being being free in a way of, like, man, like you said, Seafood, it this is the title. What do you all think? Yeah, that one's it. No, it's not it. So many people just afraid of that by itself.
Yeah.
To basically what we call test bed. It's okay to test bed things. Test bed it, bro. Everybody here has had McDonald's fries. Seafood, you've had them. You probably haven't had them in years, because I know you're very, sharp in what you consume food wise. But we've all had McDonald's French fries. We know what they taste like. Same goes for us, man. We are leadership junkies through and through. And all the
Sure.
leaders that's with us right now, that's watching this, that somehow stopped, whether they're sitting on Twitch, they're sitting on LinkedIn, YouTube, man, we're not afraid to spread this message as far wide as we can, because that's the ultimate. You got the micro and you got the macro. I believe our macro, Sifu, is giving, leading with God first. Emilio
Mhm.
says it in his salutation. It rests on the cross, bro. It really does. And it's like, man, we can't be afraid, bro, to stand up for what we feel, you know what I'm saying, is just bona fide, straightforward humanity. So I'm gonna shut up, man, because I want to go back and look at that comment uh that Rob Lytle, that long one. I didn't get to read it.
Let's
Uh
go. You can read it out. Go ahead, read it out.
okay, if you walk in constant awareness, you are able to extract and identify the circumstances, the situations in which you can learn from others' experiences. If you're not walking in awareness, you may miss these opportunities. I thank you too, brother, for this opportunity. Yeah, nah, you're spot on with that, bro. Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
wow, man. Amy, man, shout out to Amy. Amy, man, leadership junkies. I see the hey, that's the truth.
That
Shout
is the
out,
truth.
yeah. Shout out to Teddy Scott, man. We see you out there, brother. We're
Mm.
honored too, Teddy. We're honored, brother. And you're a leader, Teddy. You're a real bona fide leader. So, Seafood, can I ask you a question, man?
Go for it.
Um, in terms of when you saw the lady come to the door and she had on the balaclava or toboggan as we call it, gloves, and she's in her own home with no heat. And then you see her children, same thing, dressed up like they're outside, but they're in the home with no heat, man. And you did what you did. How did you really feel, bro? Like once it was all said and done, you got in the car, you laid in the bed that night. How did you feel for that simple act of kindness?
I felt like I didn't do enough.
Wow, bro, that's awesome. Mm.
I
Ooh, I felt that. I felt that go through my spine, bro. Wow.
but but here's the thing, right? It's the
Mm.
old saying of you can give a man fish, but the real worth is when you teach him how to fish.
Absolutely,
And
bro.
so for me to have given her money, that money could have gone. I don't know what happened to the $1,000 I gave, right? But
Yeah.
and I still think about it to this day. And that's such a vivid view for me. And this is why I do what I do now is I try to help people understand their worth. Because if you don't understand your worth, for me as a leader, how can I lead you? How can I help you? How can we understand your own worth?
Mm.
For me, it's guiding. I'm not your hero. I don't want to be a hero to somebody. I
Yeah,
want to be
man.
their guide. They're the hero, right?
That's
So
it.
I don't need the spotlight, but I want to shine the spotlight on somebody, right? And when we think about the consequences of our actions, we have to go deeper.
Yeah, bro.
So did I help that lady and her children? Yeah. I mean, I helped her a couple of times. I brought her this big feast of for Thanksgiving. Then I gave her a $300 gift card, and then I gave her another $1,000. I only touched a tiny, tiny little bit of her life.
Come on,
Did
Seafood,
not
bro.
touch it the
Let's
way I should
go.
have.
Let's go, bro. I can see it in your eyes right now, like
Mm,
in real time. The question I asked you, I can see it in your eyes right now, real time.
mm,
And many of us have experienced that act of giving, bro. And knowing it's still a duality. And I'm gonna share this real simple, bro.
mm,
I've done acts similar, right?
mm.
In those particular acts, knowing who God is, I've sat back and I'll start having that little conversation with the Lord. Like, Father God, I know something because of this act is going to come back in some other form or fashion. I don't know what it is, but I'm not banking on that, Father God. Like, I'm not like, okay, I did this, Father God, so you gotta bless me back. It's not one of those things. It's more of a like a seafood. It's more of a when you could drive away knowing that little bit that you just talked about, seafood, help change that individual's life. And you find yourself in situations, seafood, that when you have that faith, that real faith, man, that we all know it. Like when you have that real faith, like that radical faith of no matter what I'm going through, this trial, this tribulation, like you said, that up and down as a leader, you know that, man, God is still in control of it. I want to say shout out to Scott Schilling, man. Shout out to you, Scott Schilling. You may see this, you may not, but I'm saying your name, man. I'm speaking your name on high, brother. Scott Schilling sent me a book called Two Chairs. Two Chairs. I can't remember the name of the author, but it's called Two Chairs. It's a little bitty thin book. And man, I sat right here in the studio and I read the opening beginning of that book, probably the first 10 pages. Man, I sit here, bro. I promise you, Sifu, Rafael. Man, I cried like somebody beat me, bro. I cried, bro, like somebody beat me sitting here. Because I have this little stool chair over there. And the power of that book and the understanding of that book that we're not alone, bro. There's another chair, and the Lord is sitting in that chair.
Mm.
And how often do we go and sit next to the Lord sitting in that chair and just lay it on, the Lord, bro. Put it at his feet. How often do we do that? So uh definitely, man, I'm telling you, man, that book is one of those that, man, it puts it in perspective. You just said you're the guy, they're the hero. The first time I heard that terminology was here. Donald Miller, Business Made Simple. I bought this
Mm.
book off a kiosk down in Fort Stewart, Army base. And man, just from that concept, every one of us here today, Seafood, we really are the guy, man. And that lady that came with, bundled up in her home, she's the real hero, bro. And that simple, kind act, man, could change the trajectory of her children, her grandchildren. She could be laying on her deathbed and say, there was a man that came by my house.
Mm.
And that man thought enough of us, to go that extra layer, that extra mile to help us.
Yeah.
Bro, that's really walking the talk, bro. Shout out to Johnny Lomax, man. It is so many great people that have come through this stream this morning. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. I don't know what the Lord's doing, but man, the people who are coming to this stream this morning, I could vouch 100%, bro. William Chapman out in Japan right now. They do it every single day. Every single day, Seafood. William Chapman said it, a first lieutenant. William Chapman's been in the Marine Corps a long time. He's a salt dog, as we call it. He's old. He's a gray beard. And that young lieutenant's fresh out of college, Seafood. And
Mm.
he's perky. He's bouncy. I got a degree in such and such. And I'm in charge. You have to salute me, William Chapman. But Chapman knows, just like many of us on this call know, Seafood. A lot of times that old wise owl, can be just quiet, big eyes staring, and that old wise owl could give one little word of wisdom that could change the whole trajectory of that young leader. So again, man, Sifu, please put that flyer up one more time, bro. Put it up one more time. Because
I
man,
gotta tell you, great leaders. We have space for three more. But I'm going to tell you
yeah,
right now, if three more don't show up, we have
yeah,
an abundance amount of knowledge just with the people we have in
yeah,
this image, right?
yeah, bro.
Robert Lytle, yes, we're calling you out. We want your image on that
Yeah.
picture. On
Love to
on that.
have Lido, bro. Love to have
Uh,
him, man.
love to have Dr. Oliver T. Reed. I mean, the man is
Yeah.
powerful.
Shout out to
Uh,
Dr. Reed, man.
Dr. Reed, man, love the man. And
Yeah.
you remember what we talked about when I first told you about him.
Yeah, bro. Yes. Yes. I do,
But
man.
I want to
But look,
mention that you, Coach Teal, are going to be our host sponsor, if you will,
yeah,
in
bro.
Atlanta when we come to Atlanta in September. So, listen, we're
Yes.
talking about August, but we're also, because I don't see yesterday as well as I can see tomorrow. because tomorrow is something I focus on dreaming, but my yesterdays allow me to dream those tomorrows, and the
Yeah.
tomorrows of um, they impact how I act today. My
Mhm.
yesterday impacts how I act today. And this is
Yeah.
why I always say to people once they say to me, Sifu, how are you doing? And I go, exceptional and getting better every day. And they're like, wow,
Yeah.
I never heard that. I said, well, so are you. And some people say, wow, can I take that? I said, it's yours. I don't want to, I'm here to give. I'm not here to take. Sometimes I don't take, but I know how to receive, right?
Hmm.
I know how to receive. There's a difference between taking and receiving. I
Yeah.
rather receive than take because when I take, you may be missing what I took from you. But if
Come
you
on.
give it to me, then I can receive it. And I'll be more comfortable receiving it than taking it. So think about our futures, right? Come join us in person in Atlanta,
Yeah, bro.
in person. But before that, yes, before that, we want you chill out at
Yeah.
home. Listen,
Right.
be in your PJs, have your cup of coffee, have some snacks, have whatever you're doing, be chilling at home, hang out with us. It's a full day event. I'm going to tell you the price, which is ridiculous. It's $47.
Yeah, bro.
Did
That's
you
it.
hear that? $47 to join us on a virtual at the comfort of your home. But
Yeah,
the
bro.
cool thing is, $47, you're done, you take notes, you do like what we do, man. I take notes, but also I don't just take the notes, right? I then later on put them in my remarkable too, because that's why I really take all my notes and I make sense of them, right? But here's the thing. You're like, oh man, I can't write fast enough. That's okay. You upgrade to the $97, which is you get the recordings. So
Yeah,
you
bro.
see it in person, then later on you can go back and record it. But Coach Tio, I'm going to throw a surprise at you. You ready for this?
Yes, sir.
For those people who do the VIP, we're going to do a 90-minute master class with them
I'm with
on
it.
leadership,
I'm with it,
but
bro.
only for the people who take action. Here's what happens when you don't take action. You ready? Nothing.
That's right.
Nothing. You get nothing.
That's right.
So, hey,
It's the truth,
you only
bro.
get something when you take action.
It's the truth, man. Like sometimes we get it twisted, bro, because Rod, Angeline, um, we get
Enjoy,
it
enjoy.
twisted because think about just the normal things you got to do around your house. You know, hey, like you said, I'm no braggart, man. I work my butt off, man. I live in a nice home, bro. Um, and then I told my son this morning, I said, well, my youngest son, before he got on the bus, I said, man, when you leave to go to college, do you think me and your mom are going to stay in this big house by ourselves? Is no, we're not. We're going to downsize big time. And just to look at his face, he's full like, because this is
Really?
what he knows, man. This is home to him. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, we're not going to be in this house forever, man. He was like, well, what if I go to college and live in the basement? Man, shout out to Lance a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so hey, we could do a whole nother segment on just Lance a lot, bro. Like
Yeah.
100%. I'm proud of you,
Well,
big
you
dog.
gotta
Like,
come on the
hey,
show.
I
You gotta
seen
come on,
you.
Lancelot.
Ooh, I seen him last night. I said, man, my dog, he's gonna get that globe, man, before it's all said and done, dog. He's gonna replace Denzel. Like for real, he's gonna replace Samuel L. Jackson. I'm proud of you, Lance.
Uh,
But
love you,
again,
man.
Sifu, as we close this thing out, man, think about the things we got to do around the house,
Mm.
you know, and we see it all the time. We look around the house, especially us as men, you know, we're the fixers around the house and things like that. You see certain things and you like, oh man, I need to take care of that. Like I could tell you the 5 things right now that I need to take care of in this house, right? And sometimes I don't get to them all. Let's just be honest. I try to knock them out one by one. I need to power wash this. Oh man, I need to cut some of this tree back because it's starting to get close to the house, or all these different things. And that's okay because that's in the comfort of our own home and nobody's really watching, right? But when we start looking at it from a business standpoint, when we start looking at it from implementation of our growth outside of, our normal comfort, a lot of times we allow money to be the block. We allow the money to be the block. We will say, man, $47, man, why it's not free? Bro, it's not free, but it is free. $47, bro.
For
I would
seven
pay,
hours? Are you
yeah,
kidding me?
I would pay $47 to sit with Emilio Rahman and you and Dr. Reed and Lance and Michael Stevenson, Theodore Scott. I would pay $50 for that. Because I paid $50 last night at Five Guys, bro. Me,
Mm.
me and my two boys, I literally paid $46.32 at Five Guys just to sit there and eat a burger with my sons, and they drink milkshakes, and we leave. And I get in the car and see food, and I'm like, man, I just spent $50 at Five. You mean to tell me $47 to be in a room with razor sharp leaders that I know I could take what they give me and I could go implement and make more bread. I'm gonna rewind it back. I can take what they give me and I can make more bread to be able to go to Five Guys and not worry about that little $44.
Yeah.
Because where did that $44 come from? It came from getting some
For some
game from
reason,
Lance.
Coach Theo, your voice went deep. It went
I'm
like you went
sorry.
into a cave.
I'm too hyped. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh, there you
sorry.
go. No,
I'm
it sounded
sorry.
like you went into a little bit of a cave. So I
Yeah, I
know that
got too
sometimes
I
you have
got
your
too
mic
hyped.
issues, right? But listen, Coach Theo, we're passionate about this, right?
Yeah.
You're saying, wow, $47 to get into a space where people are going to pour into me. And you talk about people worrying about money. You know what rich people, and I'm not talking about rich people, I'm talking about billionaires,
Wealthy.
beyond wealthy, right? Wealthy is somebody who's a millionaire. Beyond wealthy is somebody who's a billionaire. They don't look at anything but their time as the most valuable asset. People who are poor look at money as their most valuable asset. The most important thing that we can learn from a billionaire is time, because we don't have enough of it. And when you're wasting it on social media, when you're wasting it on things that, listen, you can not join us on that day. You can sit there and Netflix all you want, and all you're going to get is entertained.
That's it.
But you come and join us for that one day, 7 hours from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And then for those who do the mastermind, we're going to do an additional 90 minutes. Holy moly. 90 extra minutes for you because you paid a couple of bucks extra to be able to ask us directly questions. You may have an idea or a concept that we can help solidify for you. That's gold. But a lot of people will rather spend it at the wrong place.
Yeah.
So when you think about your time, use your time wisely.
Yeah.
If I am told you can go to two events. One is one where you're going to sit down and just be entertained, or one where you're going to expand your livelihood and grow your business, your resources, and grow your relationships. You know which one I'm going to be at,
Yeah.
because the other one's going to give me one thing, and that's entertainment. The other one's going to give me multiple of things.
That's it. I don't have nothing else to say, brother.
It is that time, isn't it?
That's it.
Amy, we're so happy that you're going to be with us. I got to tell you, it's going to be powerful.
I got you, Teddy. I see your comment. I'll give you a call, brother, here shortly.
Yeah. Yeah. So think about it, right?
Time and information. Yeah.
We don't have the website is being rebuilt because we had it for the event that we were going to have in May. But now by the end of this week, we will have the website. I'm already working on it. So I'll have the links and everything. You can get your tickets very soon, right? If you go to my Facebook or my Instagram or anywhere like that, you will see it. If you go to Coach Theo's, I'm going to send all the information to him. He'll put it up as well. So you guys can go and get your tickets. Get your tickets. I'm going to tell you the website is, I already know the name of it. It's unifiedleadership.com/summit. It's that
Yeah.
simple. It's not fully set up, but it will be. So,
Yeah.
Coach.
See, Sifu, I'll put that comment back up there because for God said, my people will perish for a lack of knowledge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, today was amazing, brother. It was amazing. Thank you, Sifu Rafael, man, for your
Yeah.
leadership, bro, for your heart. You know what I mean? So if anybody is on the fence, trust me. And I say that wholeheartedly. Trust me, bro. And I'm telling you, this ain't your ordinary. It's not your average. Get in the room with us, man. Let's build. Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Everybody, God bless. Have yourself an incredible rest of the day. And do me a favor, not everybody was able to watch. Maybe they were at work, they were getting ready. Send them this link, share this show with them. Because I know there was a lot of nuggets that were delivered. Even in the comments, you guys are rock
Oh, yeah,
stars.
they
Thank you
was
so much
killing
for
it.
commenting. So many of you, my heart is definitely touched. Your heart is touched. So do that and join us every Friday. Guess where we are every Friday morning? Right here.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy, everybody. God bless you all.
Unify leadership. Let's move. Let's lead. Let's ride. Unify leadership. Like the flame, turn it up loud. Remember the name. Unify leadership.